welcome to the Novel Alliance Book Club. I am Case Novel Idea.
I'm Josh Book Dragon.
And I'm Quinny and Co.
We are really well synchronized.
I know, right?
Nice here. This month we read Curses Incorporated, a collection of short stories by Vivian van der Velde.
Trying to pull up a picture.
Got it right here.
Kate has it.
I have a physical copy.
I know, but I wanted to have a picture too.
Alright, so I guess the first, general question for us is, did you enjoy the overall anthology? Josh, go.
I did. I have always been very interested in witches, so I just felt like this was like a fun little take on magic and witchedness and stuff.
Witchedness. Yes.
Witchedness.
Yes, I liked it too. I thought I didn't realize how much I actually needed short stories in my life at this moment, so I haven't read many short stories, so this was good. And I'm also writing a witchy book, so between the two
They're
of
just
them.
so easy to read.
It felt like it zipped along
They're
really
so
quickly.
convenient.
It is
And I
funny,
got-
a book of short stories the same length as, a short novel feels shorter. It just does.
Because we're not dragging on with character development that makes no sense.
Because, that's what happens in all novels.
Most.
Anyway, I recommended it, so obviously I like it. I think Vivian van der Velde has a really snarky sense of humor, and it's just really, I don't know, I find her really funny.
Why does your copy say Anderson all over it?
I bought it at a used bookstore, and apparently the person who owned it before me really liked their name.
Write it everywhere.
Right, it's on all of the. Yeah.
I'm surprised he wanted to give it up after all this time. He was obviously very attached to it.
Right. All right. Okay. So I think we're gonna go through our favorites, and then in what time we have left, we'll discuss the other ones. So we'll start with Josh. And Josh, which story was your favorite?
I forgot what it was called.
Got it. I'll remember the title.
It was the communicating with dumb beasts one.
To converse with the dumb beasts.
Yeah.
Just the cat was so obsessed. Food!
That's the one that you read to me before I ever read this, and I loved it then, and I love it now. It will forever be my favorite. I love it so much.
Yes. Oh, that one is just so accurate. If you know cats at all, you're like, yes, this is what they would say if they could talk.
Yeah. I love it.
It's kind of depressing, but but not the most depressing in the anthology, so.
Certainly not.
Yes, there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. Yes. Anything else you want to say about that, Josh?
A closing statement, Josh?
Oh, wow, that was amazing, and I'm done.
Awesome.
My descriptions.
I think it's something everyone who has pets has dreamed about, is like, what could you say if you could talk? And it's kind of sad to think they would just say dumb animal stuff, but at the same time, it makes sense.
I feel like
we eat him.
I just liked the birds. I just liked how territorial they were. My branch!
My tree! My branch!
Didn't realize birds are so obsessed with wood.
My branch! That's what they're saying all the time.
My favorite story was, like the second one. I like the witch who just has the wishing powers, and then she saves.
I had a feeling you would like that one.
What?
I had a feeling you would like that one.
Yes, that was my favorite, because she just, saves this guy, and then he's like, oh man, you're ugly. And then he leaves, and then she's like, I don't think so. And it was just sweet revenge.
I love her cursing him, and then I love her making herself beautiful. And
I know, it was just really good. And what's the other one I liked? Oh, I liked the last one because I am a complete sucker for anything Revolutionary War era. You could do anything, and I'd just be like, yes, this is good. So I liked that one.
I like that one. Those are actually an interesting two to talk about together because Skin Deep, I think, ends in a really unexpected way and in a really like normally you would have a great moral lesson of like looks don't matter or like whatever. And instead it's like, you know what? Some people are really shallow and jerks. And
Exactly.
I really like that. But then I think The Witch's Son, like you didn't expect it to end well, especially because not all the stories in the book do. And then the ending was just so perfect, and it felt fitting. You know, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt
the tone of the story really needed a good ending.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to have a good ending at the end, right?
Well, that's true. It was the last story.
It was the last story, so I felt like we needed some closure if other stories didn't give us any.
Yeah, seriously, some of the stories in here would have been like horrible to have at the very end.
Vivian Van de Velde just being like, "Ha! Take that!"
You would know. Yeah, I know. She's just gonna have.
Uproars in the fandoms.
What was your favorite, Catherine?
I feel like we haven't really discussed any of them, but well, we have an hour. We're only.
I know. I mean, it's gonna take ages, so just continue.
I kind of just love all of them. I think Witch Hunt is probably my favorite.
I thought you'd probably like that one.
The one with the satanic Bibles.
When they weren't denying that they were satanic Bibles, I was like, what's happening?
I just liked it. Vivian Van de Velde has a lot of commentary on censorship, especially the censorship of children, not letting children do kid things. Like, in one of her books, she talks about video games and how people are opposed to video games.
Isn't that Heir Apparent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a really good book.
I like that one.
I want to read that. I see it like every day in my house. And I'm like, that looks so interesting.
It is.
Yeah, you need to read it. It's a really good one.
So sassy.
Wow. I love her. Like, I love Vivian Van de Velde so much.
She really loves the name Kedrick.
Kedrick?
Whatever. It showed up twice.
Huh.
In 2 different books.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, but Witch Hunt, of course, is a lot about censorship, and I liked the style of it. She talked about, in the end, where she talks about where her ideas come from, she talks about how she intentionally made it feel like this far-off medieval, you know, and then suddenly it's modern day, and you realize it.
As soon as the police cars happened, I was like, wait, where am I?
Total jolt, but then, like, she didn't ever lie to you. She just kind of guided your thoughts in a different direction. And
you took me to medieval land, and then you lied to me. I don't understand.
How could you?
I love medieval land.
Yeah, I love.
The thing that was so interesting about it was that it was modern.
Well, probably futuristic.
Well, yeah, because it's got that, like, dystopic...
Yeah.
But close. Like, a close future.
Yeah. I also really loved Curses Inc. itself. I liked that one a lot.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that one cracks me up so hard. Like, that one has so much sass in it, it just is fabulous.
I know, and she just...
It was so silly.
I feel like in some ways it was actually the best written, which is why it got put in first.
That's interesting. I like how different all of them are.
Yeah.
Like, there isn't one voice that pervades all the stories. You would believe it if you heard that different people had written them.
Mm-hmm.
Except that it's that same sense of humor and all of it.
Yeah, except they'd all be like 10 really sassy people.
Oh. But the sass in Curses Inc. just cracks me up. Oh, and the internet. The internet.
Yes.
1997. It's just like, I don't even know what some of these things are.
I know. I'm just like completely lost. I'm like, what form of archaic communication?
Computers have changed a lot in the last 18 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We wouldn't be able to have done Hangout on a 1997 computer.
So, we could have had a nice forum discussion.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
There's these there's a bunch of videos where it's like teens react to this and kids react to this and all those types of videos, and there's one where they react to like tutorial on how to use the internet from the 90s, and it is hilarious.
I need to watch that.
I kind of felt that way reading this story. It was just
I
like,
know.
really giving you a lot of detail, because also not everybody was using the internet in the 90s. Like, it was only kind of nerdy people who were, like my parents.
Yeah, the only reason my parents had it was because they had a business and they needed to switch over, like, pretty quickly, but, like, I don't think they would have even bothered otherwise.
And it's funny, because now everyone uses the internet every day.
Every single day.
You think someone's weird for not using the internet.
I know!
And, yeah, it's weird to think about. Oh, man. But I love that one. And I love the girl having the best summer ever, and how, like...
I'm gonna wear the dress.
I
Yeah.
Dresses are fun.
Sorry, my mom has people I'm gonna wear tomorrow. I'm like, a dress.
Well, you can wear the black pants.
Yeah, I can. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna wear the witch dress to chorus tomorrow, Mom. Yeah.
She often writes from non-likable characters' point of view, or like, Curses Inc., you're rooting against the main character. And I found that interesting. I think it's something easier to pull off in a short story. Like,
Yeah.
I
couldn't.
She got to be really explorative in these stories because they're short. You can do different things that you couldn't do in a novel, and she took advantage of that, I think.
That's why short stories are fun. That's why I want to start writing them. It's because I don't have to
I feel like you have
about the character.
I feel like you have a lot more freedom writing a short story than writing a novel.
In some ways, yeah.
The rules are different, and you can write unlikable characters, and you can end without really ending, because we're just taking a slice out of the story rather than doing the whole thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Josh, what were you saying?
I was saying that, if you write a novel with an unlikable character, everybody's gonna hate the author and stuff.
Yeah.
If you write a short story, it's okay to get through because you have, another short story coming after that with a better main character and,
Horrible Goodreads reviews everywhere. So scary.
Terrible protagonists can be really interesting, but you don't stay with them for 300 plus pages and want to strangle them the whole time.
I always want to.
Whereas in 12 pages, you can put up with it and find it interesting rather than annoying.
Man, I was going to say something.
Agreed.
What was I going to say? Oh, and I like short stories better in some ways because it's they really correspond to my imaginative tendencies. It's I kind of don't even want the whole story told to me. I'm just yes, give me a slice of it, 12 pages, and then I can go off and do all my own thing with it. So I like that. Short
stories can be very thought-provoking.
Yeah. I don't think about novels because they talk too much. So usually I'm just left oh, well, that was all resolved. I don't need to think about it.
I think that's funny. I'm definitely not that way with novels, but I see how short stories can be more... I think the two that really got me in that way were Lost Soul, the one about the... not Selkie. That's completely the wrong word. The water nymph.
Yeah.
Selkie.
And what was the other one? Oh, Forget Me Not, which I actually really love that one, where he loses his memory.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember. Did you tell me about that one at some point? Because that's always reading it. I was I kind of know this.
I especially love the ending of that one, and I think that's
Yeah.
why that one is the most thought-provoking to me, is I want more with her, because she's just such a great character, and she's barely in it at all. Like, she has
Oh,
one line of
yeah.
dialogue in the whole story, but she's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. It ended like that. I forgot how it ended with like the very last line. I'm like, oh,
That like, was
Like
completely
that.
exactly like that.
Whoa.
Whoa. I have done that before in books, so
Yeah.
whatever. Well,
Uh,
we could turn the tables. We could say what's the one you liked the least.
okay, Josh, which one did you like the least?
I'm not sure. I really liked all of them. I don't know. I'm like looking at the list of the names right now.
Yeah.
This is a hard question. Can we go to Quinny first?
Okay. Well, everybody will hate me. Probably the one I liked the least was the Beasts one. And it's not like I hate it. I know. It's not like I hated it or anything, but it was so short, and I found it kind of pointless because it's probably because I live in an internet age where we all make fun of cats and dogs and think about what they would say. I see posts like that on Tumblr constantly about cats just always wanting food and dogs happy. It's like I see that, so it's like for me, I didn't get anything.
It's an old
out of
joke.
it. Exactly. I was like,
Josh and I kind of read it pre that joke. Like, it was the first time we really got that joke.
So I can see
We weren't
why
very
you
Tumblr
guys
back then.
Yeah. I can see why you guys like it. It just didn't actually do anything for me. But and then
it has less substance than the others. It's just a joke, whereas some of the others have a lot of depth or a lot of other stuff. That one is simpler.
And then I didn't like Lost Soul very much, but that's, I don't know. It drove me insane, and I just didn't like it.
No, I was actually going to say Lost Soul is probably my least favorite, even though to a large extent I find it the most interesting. I think it's an amazing story, but it's frustrating to read.
So frustrating. I'm just like yelling at everybody the whole time.
And it's depressing, and it's...
I know.
But
I
liked it even more. Did you guys read the introduction and the afterword?
Yeah.
Because they're some of my favorite parts of the book. She talks about where she got all of her different ideas.
Yeah, I liked that a lot. I was like, yes, finally.
It was, I love hearing writers talk about writing.
Yes, exactly. And I don't want to have to go searching on the internet for it. I want it in the back of the book.
And Lost Soul, I liked her talking about how losing your soul would make you act in a way that's not like you. And I think a lot of thought went into that story, and I really like it, and I find it really powerful, but it is really hard to read and makes me...
I know. So, some of the things she was talking about, I was like, this is kind of odd to put in a children's anthology, but, I was like, huh.
Yeah, that one actually, I think a lot of them, she doesn't really write for children, even when she writes for children.
Well, it made sense. When she said that it was in a different publication first, that made me think, oh, that makes sense, because this doesn't seem like it was written for this book.
It was an interesting one.
But yes, anyway, what was your least favorite, Josh? You've had time.
I do agree with your points on Lost Soul. That probably was my least favorite, but it was still really interesting at the same time, so it's just a hard decision.
Well, I will say, I love the idea of Selkies and that kind of...
Now you're calling her Selkie.
Well, that's the best, but she basically was kind of like that, so... Well, in a way.
Selkies are part... No, because Selkies are part seal. You mean siren.
So what? They do the same... Yeah, siren... Who cares? Who cares? They do a lot of the same stuff, so the point is...
Don't. She's a nymph, is what she is. Or a Nyrad? What is she?
She even mentioned Selkie-like thing in the actual thing where she said she got her idea from...
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
It wasn't Selkie.
It wasn't then.
Sylph?
Sylph.
It was a kelpie.
Kelpie!
Kelpie.
That's what I wanted.
Water creatures. Selkies are nice, which is why you can't compare it to Selkie, even though that's what I
Alright,
call
well,
her.
fine. Kelpie, I was close. Anyway, I like the idea of those creatures, but I didn't like her, and I don't know why. I don't feel that it's fair that I don't like her. It just didn't happen. But then you're not supposed to like her, so.
Well, no, she's super evil, and it's really depressing to watch a guy who probably really was a nice guy, who was probably going to marry that sweet girl who came and made him dinner.
I
Like,
know.
they had such a sweet, happy little life going, and then
Wasn't fair.
the Kelpie comes along and ruins everything. And it's depressing.
I was happy when he died. I was like, finally she can find a new man. But
Oh, you have the other girl. I was like, you want the Kelpie?
no. Well, I mean, you do you.
Go find another man, Kelpie.
Go find another.
Well, she already had another
I
victim.
know, she had another man, so I mean, she was happy.
I kind of love the evil Kelpie, except that it just was so sad because, like, you can tell that the protagonist was a good guy before he met her.
I know. I liked him immediately, and then I quickly grew to hate him.
And it's not his fault.
I know. It's just feelings. What? Why did that randomly come on?
You have a ghost.
I am a ghost.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
I'm so scared.
Yay.
I turn on electronics.
Well, don't. It looks like I have a halo or something. The bright light is
You're
shining.
secretly an angel, Quinny.
Yeah, right. I'm sure everybody can attest to that.
Okay, I want to talk a bit about the magic systems because I feel like she had a lot of really interesting ones.
I was so glad. I was like, I'm so glad to see unique magic systems and a lot of different ones instead of just the same old.
Right, like she went really different directions. I mean, we had our internet witch, who was just awesome.
Tech savvy witch.
And then Skin Deep is all about the wishes, and she can't make anything happen, and there's an energy loss there, and there was a lot there. Past Sunset was more of a ghost story than a witch story. I think there was a curse involved, like, in the background, and so it was kind of a witch story, but it was
France. I love France.
that was frustrating too. Past Sunset makes me mad. I love it because I love a good ghost story, but it's super sad.
Yeah, I didn't care for it that much. The only thing that I really liked about it was the setting, because the names were perfect in the setting, and I love little French villages so much. I can't handle it. I don't know.
Only you, Quinny.
I love French villages. Napoleon loves French villages. Everything is good.
Okay, we have Napoleon.
Thank you. There was no better time. Continue.
Do we need to make merch with
Yes.
Napoleon on it?
I showed-
We each have, like, our merch
Yes.
for each one of us, and Quinny's is just Napoleon.
French villages. Well, I showed Catherine a sweatshirt the other day that was literally a sloth head in a Napoleonic war outfit, and I'm like, I need this. Can I have this?
She really does need it. Josh, what
Gloss
did you think?
freak me out.
What?
Okay. What did you think of Past Sunset, Josh? The ghost one?
It was alright. I mean, I still felt like Lost Soul was
Worse.
my least favorite, but I enjoy Past Sunset as much as all the other ones.
Why is it every time you guys say past sunset, my mind substitutes last midnight? It's too similar. Exactly.
Thank you.
I don't know. Like, I love ghosts so much. I can't not love Past Sunset. And I kind of like the idea of them being trapped until they touch someone and then that person becomes trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like...
Whoa, where do they go? I guess they just die.
That was my theory. That they get released by that.
Released.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know. I found it really interesting, but it's super sad. Like, that was frustrating. And then to converse with Dumb Beast, we have the witch who enchants the acorn, and I really like the witch in that one. Like, we her for a second, but she's crazy.
You're right. I hate this acorn that I made. You take it.
Like, I don't know. Like, why did you enchant it to begin with? Just 'cause? Like,
Well, witches do a lot of things just 'cause. So my vote is just 'cause.
and I appreciated that. Boy Witch, which we haven't even talked about yet, and it's
Adorable. So cute. I felt so sorry for that girl.
I didn't. She was a brat.
She was not.
Okay, I can have sympathy with her because anyone cutting your hair in your sleep is evil. Like, downright evil.
I know. It's horrid. Like, if that happened to, like, Berlin, he would never speak to anybody again. So, it's just...
I could recover from that. Like, it's
Yeah.
not... But she just, I don't know. She seemed kind of snotty as, like, a character trait, not just because she was mad about her hair. And I
Well,
just...
Cutting
okay.
someone's hair would be the kind of crime that I would pull.
This little...
Horrible.
She comes to this boy, and he's like, I can fix your hair, and then he completely botches it 10,000 times. I would be really annoyed, okay?
I think it's funny that you're on the side of the girl, because I just love the boy so much.
No way! I am so on her side. I like the boy too, but good grief, kid, don't play with things you don't understand.
I love it. My favorite part of the whole story is when he's like, I hope somebody else comes.
I know! What is wrong with you? You need parental supervision.
What is the fun of that? He wants to play with magic. I also think it's dumb that his mother isn't teaching him magic until he's older. Like, what's the point? Teach
I
him
don't know.
now while he can actually, like,
I know.
and learn responsibility.
I'm all for teaching kids things when they're like 2. It's like, okay, you're going to learn to read now, and you're going to learn the periodic table, and you're going to learn everything. And then it'll be easy for you I want my child to learn, like, 3 different languages by the time they're in high school and have to take one. And then they can just whiz through it.
Good luck
What?
with that.
Josh is like, what? Oh. Thank you, Meryl Streep.
You're welcome.
Sudden Meryl Streep in the room.
We all need Meryl Streep in our lives.
We
right?
do. We should just turn it into. We should just like pause now, take a left turn, talk about Into the Woods for the next 30 minutes.
I'm so down for that.
We suck at book group, guys.
No, everybody will thank us. They'll be watching this and they'll be like, "Oh, look, they're gonna talk about Into the Woods now." It's like a double
Just title is the Into the Woods live show.
Woods,
And the first 30 minutes they'll be super confused, but then the last half they'll love it, right?
The ones who knows what may be waiting on the journey.
You guys do know I could always talk about Into the Woods.
I know, it's like we're just tempting you, but you'll be strong.
No, I'm too tired to run book group. I should have postponed.
Sleep is for the weak. No brain, no higher brain function.
I don't know.
We shouldn't have stayed up so late last night.
Or I should just not be sick all the time. That would be
True.
yeah. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what we were reading. We were reading Need a List. There were books. And there were 10 of them. They were all written by sassy and slightly drunk people. And
yeah, we didn't talk about Cypress Swamp Granny, and that one's fabulous.
alright, Cypress Swamp. I just kept imagining Scarlett O'Hara. Like, I couldn't imagine the girl as anything else.
Yeah, I haven't read
Doesn't love
Gone with the Wind, but I
swamps
can
and
understand why that.
grannies.
She literally, I mean, this could literally be Gone with the Wind if it had a witch. Because Scarlett spent the entire 1,000-page book pining after some guy. If she had gotten the spell, everything would have worked out, and she could have pitched Melanie off a cliff, and we wouldn't have had to sit through 4 hours of Gone with the Wind.
Except things don't generally work out fine when you try and use a love spell, as we learned.
Yeah, Ashley Wilkes was a pushover anyway. It would have worked.
I was wondering if Josh recognized the name Orilla. Or was
Oh,
her
Marilla.
book?
Anne of Green
That's-
Gables.
And
I
I
love Anne of Green
her after the
Gables.
heroine, the witch in the story.
Oh,
Green
I thought
Gables is my life.
you said Orilla. I thought you said Marilla, and I'm like, Anne of Green Gables.
I thought you said Marilla too.
Oh, well, I was talking about the witch in Cypress Swamp Granny, whose name is Orilla. And
Yes, okay, yeah, I did recognize that. I was like, Catherine has a character named that.
Okay. I really love that story.
I do
Swamp
too.
grannies are awesome.
I feel like I need a swamp granny, but the problem is I don't think swamps exist in New Mexico, so.
You were just gonna say I don't think swamps.
Swamps don't
Katie,
exist.
When you're old, you're gonna be a swamp granny, right?
I am. It's a real thing.
Well, I'll never come to see you because I hate swamps. So.
I want to be a
There's-
swamp witch so bad, and I like swamps in theory, but in actuality, they're full of bugs.
That sounds like me in woods. I can't actually. I love woods with all my soul, but if you dump me in one for more than a day, I probably wouldn't like you very much.
I do better in the woods. Having grown up in Utah, we spend a lot of time in the woods, but
Yeah.
that's
I don't go to woods. I don't have woods. I don't anywhere. We have a bunch of dry trees, and if you want woods, you gotta drive up. And I don't. So I.
That's a good ending.
I can't drive.
Don't.
I can't drive, and up, down, or elsewhere.
the problem. I have that
No.
same problem.
I know.
Driving
I-
with Katie is the scariest thing of my life.
I haven't ever killed anybody in a car, so
You
that's
came
true.
close.
That's true, Katie. You've gotten out of the car to kill them, so you know.
obviously.
Remind me never to drive with you ever.
It's good advice. I did have a really spectacular parallel park one time with Josh.
Oh yay! Josh,
We
are
were
you
going to see
traumatized?
Monsters University, and she doesn't know how to park.
Oh no!
Parallel parking is hard. I actually flunked it on my driving test.
How'd you pass?
I passed everything else, and so I got it.
Oh well.
I actually think my driving instructor was just done giving me the test and was like, well, pass. Like, I seriously believe that because I don't know how else I would have passed.
That makes sense. These people, they're just. You gotta cut them some slack. They're bored. They ran out of coffee. They're teaching these kids how to drive. Ugh. I wouldn't want to do it.
We should be so chill about it. We really shouldn't have people who are as bad at driving as I am driving cars.
I'll let my mom know that. She'll want to know that you're bad at driving and shouldn't drive me anywhere.
Okay, I don't actually drive anywhere, so it's alright. I
Alright.
think we discussed all the stories, and we're not going to get any further, so I think we're just going to call it quits a half hour early today, and
That works.
next time we'll
Do
do
we even have any viewers?
No.
No, I think they're just like
No one loves us.
no,
Doing
no,
it not
no.
at your usual time kind of kills any chance we have of having viewers anyways.
I understood about half of that sentence. I heard something about kittles, and I don't.
Have any of that sentence.
I have no idea.
And I don't care to repeat myself. I feel really sick. Josh, just announce next week's book.
Week.
Next week.
Next month's book.
Actually, January's
sorry.
book.
January's
Announce
book.
that we're like officially doing everything on my channel now.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
okay. So from now on, we're doing everything on my channel. Yay! So all live shows will be on my channel from now on, and we're skipping December for Christmas time.
Merry Christmas,
But
y'all.
Yeah.
Our
Your
book of the
present-
month.
Your present is that you don't have to watch us in December.
It's a good present.
Yeah, accurate.
Okay, so our book of the month for January is none other than Winter by Marissa Meyer, which me and Katie have both read.
I'm a whole.
Discussed it because we're saving it up for book group and it's been really hard.
I'm sorry, I'm the holdout.
It's all your fault.
That's all my fault.
But I'll probably reread it anyways because it was fabulous. So join us on the last Thursday of not November, January.
You
to
cannot
discuss
even
this
brain.
beautiful book. When is
All right.
the last month of January?
The last month of January.
We are so broken today. Oh,
And then I realized that my calendar is a 2015 calendar, so I can't even tell.
now you were looking at your calendar. Hold on, I've got my phone. It is the 28th.
Wow.
Okay. So the 28th of January is going to be our live show for winter, and I hope to see you there. My channel, Josh Book Dragon, youtube.com/JoshBookLover. Be there.
That's not going to be small.
I know.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.